Now, I do think we need to talk about this as well for the Phoenix Suns. I don't think that it is a super fair thing. So over the past couple of weeks, I have gotten a little bit of trouble for defending James Jones. And I agree. James Jones has had some missteps for this team over the past couple of years. But almost always, your mistakes are always more magnified than the positive things you've done. And yesterday it was all Matt Ishbia. He is awesome, and we'll get to Matt Ishbia in just a second because he deserves his flowers too. And I have been defending Matt Ishbia. Now, I don't think James Jones is a top 3 GM in the NBA. But I also don't think he's a bottom 5 GM in the NBA like so many Phoenix Suns fans think. This guy has brought in Chris Paul. He made the trade for Kevin Durant. He was the GM, even if you want to say Matt Ishbia was pulling the strings. He drafted Cam Johnson. He drafted Ryan Dunn. He drafted Oso Ighodaro. He's going to get Jimmy Butler now. He made the Bradley Beal trade happen at the time when we all thought it was great. You can praise Matt Ishbia. And I'm not saying James Jones is a top 7 GM, but he's easily better than the top half of the GMs in the NBA. So when you want to just run him off, especially when so much about this league is hitting on the draft, and the dude is kind of hit on the draft on multiple occasions when you're probably not supposed to be, when you're picking back as far as they have. I know everyone likes to pick about the Jalen Smith, Tyrese Halliburton situation. It happens. Everyone made fun of him for picking Cam Johnson. They said it was an over-selection. He's awesome. Bunch of teams are bidding for him. I'm just saying that I do think when you add this Jimmy Butler situation to the mix, James Jones has done a pretty good job as the Phoenix Suns general manager, especially for what he's been asked to do. And so it also just goes back to this idea that the Phoenix Suns should blow it up. And I think it's a lazy narrative. I think that's something you do on ESPN to get clicks. I think it's something you do on Fox Sports to get clicks because I don't actually think you're thinking straight. For 10 years, a decade, half of my childhood, the Phoenix Suns were a laughingstock. James Jones has consistently said, nope, puts the chips on the table. Do you know who wishes their team did that? Look at the Golden State Warriors. They don't have a lack of assets. They have a lack of will to want to. Look at the Los Angeles Lakers. Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss. They have a lack of wanting to help upgrade their team. Dorian Finney-Smith ain't changing the outlook of that team, bruh. Now, the Suns, Matt Ishbia, James Jones, they look at your second apron and they double bird it. That's what the Suns do. I'd rather have that than the complacency of the Warriors or the complacency of the Lakers. And you can get upset about it. But even I doubted what James Jones could do. My guy Brendan Clean on Locked On Phoenix Suns, and it looks like we have a decent amount of people in the chat. Just so everyone does know, I do stream 6 a.m., 8 a.m. Eastern time each morning, talking Arizona sports. Today, because of all the Phoenix Suns ruckus, we're pretty much going really deep into the Phoenix Suns, so I appreciate everyone being in here. Pre-rush, win, lose, it's Ant, Tony, Chance, Sandman, King Nacho, all you guys. Michael, I think, was in here as well. I appreciate you guys being a part of that every day, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. So let's continue with this. You cannot also praise Matt Ishbia without praising James Jones, is my point. And I also just want to remind people that, yes, although it is louder than it was with the Bradley Beal trade, because although we like to forget, I hold people accountable. Pretty much everyone, when the Suns traded for Bradley Beal, was all on board with it. And we were all wrong. And that's okay. We were wrong. It happens. We're mostly on board with the Jimmy Butler deal. So if it doesn't work out Don't hold it against James Jones and Matt Ishbia. Because right now, we're largely rooting for them to go make this deal. Complacency is a killer in the NBA. It's a buzzkill. And now at this point, aggressive wins. The Phoenix Suns continue to strike out, but they are Aaron Judge. They are either going to hit a home run or they're going to strike out. But let me tell you this. The Phoenix Suns are one home run away from beating every team in the West. You can say what you want, but going and getting Jimmy, you stack up the Suns' big three against the Oklahoma City Thunder big three, sure, it's going to be a tight series, but I'm not just going to pick against the Suns because the Oklahoma City Thunder do funny interviews at the end of games. So the Suns deserve all the flowers for going for it and for figuring it out. Consistently, they figure it out. Kevin Durant, they overpaid a little bit for him. That happens. DeAndre Ayton trade, you don't actually want DeAndre Ayton back. You just hate Yusuf Nurkic. Toumani Camara, you're upset about that. You already have Toumani Camara. It's Ryan Dunn. You don't draft Ryan Dunn if you already have Toumani Camara. Stop complaining about that. And not only that, James Jones drafted that guy. Both of those guys. Sounds like he's got a good eye for 3-and-D wings. This team is headed in the right direction. And make no mistake about it. 31 other teams in the NBA, 30, whatever, teams in the NBA wish their team was in the position that the Phoenix Suns are doing, which is doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on what they are doing right now, and that is going for it because aggressive wins in sports. And it's not just a praise of James Jones or Matt Ishbia. It's a praise of this Phoenix Suns team as a whole for continuously going for it, for not listening to the media and saying blow it up. The worst thing the Phoenix Suns can do is take a discount for their assets and blow it up before the trade deadline. That is not how this works. It's just simply not how this works. So you have to give this team more credit for what they've done. And Jimmy Butler's going to show up, and he's going to change the potential of this team, and it might work, but if it doesn't, you cannot say it's not a lack from trying. And it's not just a awesome Matt Ishbia, and it's great around the league. If you are a player, you cannot shield your eyes Bird Box style to what Matt Ishbia is doing, and that is bleep them picks, and that is bleep the second apron. I bet you LeBron James wish he would have came here in the summertime. All those things. But it's not just him. It's James Jones as well. His ability to continuously go after it. I'm not saying he's a top 5. I'm not saying he's a top 7. I'm not saying he's a top 8 GM. But top 12? You could definitely do worse. Look at Rob Pelinka. Look at Lacob over with the Warriors. I mean, let's just be fair. So, it is a busy morning, man. Busy morning for the Suns. All Phoenix Suns show today. We had 24 people in the chat today. I think we topped out at like 27 or something like that. I appreciate you guys making me a part of your day. Oh, I'm seeing what Tony just said here in the chat. Any word on Reith? This is the final thing that I'll say. I have my feelings about nonsense reporters. The nonsense reporting of, if it is not Gerald Bourquet or Dwayne Rankin or John Gambadoro, those people don't believe anything that you see on Twitter. I can assure you the guy on social media who has a really nice profile picture and a blue check doesn't know anything. He's news aggregating. Never broken a story. DeColdest, listen, probably a nice guy. I see his tweets where he just says he just tweets what he hears. I don't believe any of it. If it comes true, it comes true. I'm willing to be wrong. Anyone out there who is, first off, don't put a face to the profile, like just stop. I don't believe anything that doesn't come from someone directly close to the team. A Dwayne Rankin, a Gerald Bourguet, a John Gambadoro. Stop falling for it, guys. Just stop falling for it. That's no shade on people, but like, rely on the people that actually give you names and real information. Stop giving yourself false hope. I don't believe anything. If it happens, it happens. But I don't believe anything that doesn't come out of guys like that's mouth. People that are actually close to the team. Not people with no profile picture. Not people with a really nice profile picture and a blue check mark and steals people reports. So, I just wanted to say that. I won't hold back on that stuff. Laziness drives me crazy, and you will never see that on this show. You will never see laziness here.